Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? It's your boy, Mindless Maturity. Welcome to another episode of Cambo Greens. Hey, tonight I had to jump on, man. I had to jump on. This topic was pretty interesting to me, man, and I wanted to get with it and chop it up with y'all because I feel like, especially for the fathers out there, you know what I'm saying, my brothers, man, like this is definitely much needed for y'all to hear this, as well as the ladies who I want them also to hear this as well. But I really want to touch home on this for the fellas, big time. Um, and before I tell my story, I'm gonna do a little promoting, advertising before we get at it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, hey, this is Campbell Greens. Also, I have a show called Gucci'ing It. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out my website with my product on mindlessmaturity.com. Also, check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, as well as Facebook. Check your boy out. We're gonna start doing a little bit more branching out when it comes to different other products. I'm testing out other little things as well as my previous show before this. I did a little animation thing. It was pretty short, nothing long, nothing of substance yet. I'm just test driving and seeing how it was working, and I like it. It takes a lot of creativity, a lot of I enjoy it. I just tell you that I definitely enjoy it. So yeah, definitely look out for more animation. I'm gonna try to do everything in circulation. Do a live with myself, then I'm gonna do an animation, then I do another live myself and more animation. Also, check your boy out. I got massage oil, 32 ounce, $25. Trust me, this stuff right here sells. It does job. I haven't had no complaints about this product. I'm telling you, everything I have, I make it from scratch from myself. Quality work. I always take my time when it is good stuff. Also, I got CBD flour. Good stuff as well. If you're a person that likes, grind, smoke their stuff, or even put in your food, you know what I'm saying? This is a great product as well. I sell it in 4 grams for 25. Feel like that's a pretty good deal due to the fact that, trust me, the other stuff people sell 4 grams a whole lot more. So trust me, I'm definitely giving it to you for a good price. Also, I have tincture oil. My tincture oil, I have it in 2 sizes. I got it in 1 ounce for 15, and I also got it in 2 ounces for 17. Once again, my stuff works. Have no complaints. It does job. Once again, all this stuff is a one-stop shop. I do everything, package it, make it, extract it. It comes from my home. I'm all in. So I stand by my product, and trust me, it does the job. So let's get at it, people. Let's get at it. The topic for the night is, do we raise our daughters to be husbands? I got this thought process from a show I watched today. I've been watching for the past couple of days. It was very addictive. I watched it from another YouTube show that was reacting on this show, and it gravitated me to this show, and I started watching. I actually started watching it from the beginning of the series, and I ain't gonna lie, I've been binging it. I mean, it's just loads of like topics that I'm gonna talk about. Like, when I'm telling you, everything that could go wrong or will go wrong, has go wrong is in these shows, and I swear, like, it is so much information, so much topics I can talk about with this show that is like, man, I know I can do at least 30 episodes easy from the show I've been watching. I've literally made this show like a case study. Not even gonna lie to y'all. I've been literally making this a case study. Not for entertainment purposes, but for educational purposes. And with that being said, like, it was a lady on the show. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna know when I start talking about it, but one of the ladies on the show, you know what I'm saying, well put together, had her own car, had her own home, had 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying, raised under a father and a mother, you know what I'm saying, 2-parent household. What more can you ask for? But the thing is, she like being with bad guys, and she ended up meeting a guy on a prison site, dating a guy on a prison site. You know what I'm saying? And then they ended up getting engaged and everything. And I'm like, and, you know, the lady had ended up going to her parents' house to tell her like she been dating this, well, not dating, but she been chatting. That's my opinion. I don't even know why they say that was like dating, but they was chatting online for about 9 months. And she finally went to tell her parents, you know, and her cousin, her sister was there and everything. And like, you know, the father kept saying, like what made you go this route? Like we want it better for you. You know what I'm saying? We raised you better. We raised you with different standards. You know what I'm saying? This guy is kind of below you. You know, we raised you to be able to take care of yourself, and you know, we raised you to do this and we raised you to do that. And within the lines, I started kind of picking little pieces of things that even as I have matured over the years, I've noticed these are major red flags. You know what I'm saying? I've definitely noticed this as a major red flags. And I'm like, man, like we can kind of put certain things in place when we raise our kids to where we're actually kind of raising them into a system to where they will not fail on a financial stance, but on a social. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely fail on the social aspect of things. So, hey, let's dig deeper. My mature thoughts. My mature thoughts is, why do we always equate work, job over our mental health? Why do, you know, the fellow man, when it comes to our daughters, we tend to want to give her everything that she ever never had. But the question is, where is the room for the man that we give her to give her? Like, where is the shock value at? Where is the medium? How do we know if we're going overboard? And how do we know if we're not giving enough? You know, like, it's things that I feel like we need to kind of pay more attention to how we evaluate, how we raise, you know what I'm saying, our young ladies when it comes to sooner or later leaving the house and mating. What are we overdoing and what are we lacking? Are we evaluating those things? Are we? Let's go. The first thing that come to mind when I talked about this conversation with other people, and just sit back and ponder on this topic. And the things I ponder on about this topic, it kind of like, dang, man, like I always thought, you know what I'm saying, as young men, you know what I'm saying, we was growing up, you know what I'm saying, you say you want to give your kids everything you never had, you know what I'm saying, like, man, I'm gonna give them the world, you know what I'm saying, like that was always our thing, man, we're gonna give them the world. But the thing is, you know, is giving them the world the best thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's good, fam? Like, is giving them the world the best thing for me, the father? Or should I leave room for her man, the one that I give her to give her that? You know, it's kind of like, have you ever eaten something you never ate before, and when you ate it, it was so delicious? And it's like the next time you try to go back and eat it for a second time, yeah, it does cripple them. When you eat it the second time, it doesn't taste quite the same. Like, you don't never get that feeling back that you get that very first time that you taste it. And I think sometimes, you know, Us fathers, we can kind of do that. We can kind of like kill all those first times that can be near and dear for the man that she gets with. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes what happen is the tendency of comparison, and it can be on a subconscious level. You know what I'm saying? It can be on a subconscious level. Like, well, my daddy did something like this, or my daddy gave me something that was like newer, or my daddy did this and it was nicer, and he did this and he did that. And I feel like we kind of gotta watch ourselves on how we fathers, we overbear our daughters, because we can, once again, the fears does not equate the safety. And what I mean by that is our fear is that we want to be able to do things that when she gets to the next man, she don't like really need it, really want it, lack of this and this and that. But we kind of messing up the actual nature of that course. She don't have to be starving for it, but you don't want her to not even want it at all, or take it as if it is a necessity. And that's the thing, like, you got to give her some room to adventure when she get with her man. You don't want to be able to pattern down the whole entire house to where she doesn't understand that when she gets with her man, that there's going to be ups and downs and risk and failures and trials and tribulations that's going to happen, to where she's not even going to know how to embrace those moments, because she's so used to the peace. She's so used to, when I was at home, everything was just smooth. And that's not going to be fair to the man she gets with, because she's going to be dealing with a man that where they're going through the process. When they're going through the process, you got to understand, when the father and the mother get together, they might not even have kids right away. You know what I'm saying? They may wait until they got their shits together. They went to college, got degrees and all these other things, until they have kids. So when your kids come into place, it's not as rocky than it was at the beginning. And our kids don't never always see that grind process of the beginning. They only see the end product, or maybe at the finishing touches of a situation. And the thing is, we gotta and that's why I think I'm glad why I try to I do videos, and I'm gonna type out my memoirs and stuff for my kids, so they can kind of read and learn and watch the process, the struggle, the growth, all these things, so they don't try to attach unrealistic expectations to the person that they get with. Because that's going to be the key. The key is not to be able to put these people, put the man that she gets with into so much stress and so much uncomfort, because he's going to say, okay, well, I got to meet her father's level. When I was younger and growing up as a man, I always thought that's what he should be like. But at the same time, as a man and as I've gotten older and dealing with life, I understand every man has their own path, and all of our paths are uniquely different. You see what I'm saying? They're different. The only thing I can do is I got to look at different attributes that man brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? And see the projection of how he conducts himself on the day-to-day basis. But I don't never expect that his journey is going to ride exactly like mine. And the thing is, as fathers, we got to be able to sit down with our daughters and discuss these type of things and break these kind of things down, because she's got to be able to understand all the different types of stress, trials, and tribulations that man got to go through outside the household, that he's not going to need that extra while he's going through that journey, especially that unnecessary pressure that don't need to be applied. And that's why I say once again, parents, are we raising our daughters as husbands? because we got to really understand the difference between being a wife and being a husband, and how do you raise and prepare our kids to understand those roles. I wish when I was younger that I was raised and trained how to understand credit. I wish I was raised and trained to understand how to be a husband, understand how to make decisions. You know what I'm saying? Work and understand time management. Because if I would have understood those things when I was younger and I grew up into these levels of my life, life would have went a whole different way and it would have went smoother. Because I would have had the time to groom myself into these phases of my life. But I think as parents, we get too caught up in the kids have to have fun, but we totally forget about the child development portion. Within that child development portion, we got to be able to learn how to give our kids skills that's going to prepare them not just for a job, but prepare them for becoming a wife and becoming a husband. Because guess what? Before a job was even existed, the only things that was ever developed in roles that was created was husband and wife. But we don't make those things a priority of skill factors that we need to teach our kids when they're younger. All we do is we're scared because we say, okay, I don't want to talk to them about sex. We're not talking to them about sex. We're talking about talking to them about how to lead a household, how to run a legacy or foundation of a home properly. Because that's the problem that we do as well. We focus on having these birds and the bees conversations, but we don't really have the conversation about the role of the bird and the bee. You see what I'm saying? We only discuss what they do instead of what their roles are after they get through doing that. And we don't teach these skill factors how to apply these things. All we do is worry about the shock value of if you get pregnant, or we worry about the shock value of if when you leave my house, you need to get a job, or we worry about the shock value of, all right, what you're going to do with yourself, what you're going to be, what you're going to do when you grow up. You know what I'm saying? Those things are important too, but we also got to be able to prioritize all these things without having fear, but put these things in a caution tale to where we're not overbearing everything that we talk to them about. Because once again, all this stuff, when you give kids information, we tend to give our kids this information between the ages of like 13, 14, maybe sometimes even 15, 16, and 17. Instead of us sitting down and having these conversations way earlier and stretch out the time frame of them getting this information and breaking it down into their brains, because it's going to take the repetition. But we shorten that repetition because we'll expect them to do it between their teenage years and figure it out like this. Sometimes we don't even allow them to figure it out at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, once you get a certain age, get out my house. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making sure they got those tools before they get out your house. We got to be able to apply that. Let me see what my queen said. As an OG at 55, watching my single mother navigate badly, not her fault, but I've never had a loving, committed relationship. I'm putting this out here to help someone. Facts. Matter of fact, let me highlight you on that one. I'm going to highlight that. This is facts. This is true. We have these problems a lot. We have these problems with a lot of our women out here was never raised to be a wife. We only raised to get other titles. We're raised to be cheerleaders, volleyball players, basketball players, go in the military, you know what I'm saying? Be a waitress, be a business owner. We're raising worker bees, but we're not raising people to learn how to create other legacies, and within creating those legacies, have efficiency in the creations that we're making. All we're creating is worker bees with titles. We got to be able to find quality within that and work on those social skills. Because this is where we're falling big time at. And I'm telling you, I see it a lot, especially with the fatherhood of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to take accountability because I want my man to take accountability of this thought. Like, when we're over here trying to protect our daughters, who we're exactly we're protecting them from? Who are we exactly hiding them from? You see what I'm saying? Because they got to eventually leave your house at some point. So instead of protecting, we got to be able to educate them, keep them around you. But when you keep them around them, mingle, teach them how to mingle, teach them about vibes, about energy, about observations, looking at these kind of things. Don't shelter them in, but let them embrace other energy to know what works. That will allow her to have those conversations with you, so that will help with her development. We gotta have better dialogue and better illustrations on how we present things to our daughters, man. Because I'm starting to see this pattern a lot, where I'm looking at 2-parent households, and these women are still failing, and I'm like, I mean, they got good jobs, but they're single, and not only are a lot of them single, but they're marrying dudes. They're finding dudes at prisons. You know what I'm saying? Like, they follow dudes at prisons. Yeah, let's see. She said, or just get money to pay the bills. Yeah, that's true too. They make them a tool. And say because they allow predators in the household. And that's the thing, like, that happens a lot too with the whole predators thing. I had a topic about that, about, pick your poison. Pick your poison. You got to be able to evaluate and know what we're dealing with. But at the same time, if you don't understand the world and how the world really works and how ugly it can really be, predators can easily infiltrate your home because you're not aware to understand what's out there. You don't know what to look for. You don't know the signs. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the signs. But you know what I'm saying? Back at the whole, you know what I'm saying, the 2-parent household and these women out here running the men in prison. I mean, that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what a lot of these women are running to. And I'm like, man, like I'm scratching my head trying to figure this out. But the more I evaluate things and look at things, I'm starting to learn why it's like that. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be able to change that pattern. All right, our next thing. Independency can cause issues. It can cause issues. And how can this cause issue? Well, I break it down like this. It will take a person mental work. If you train somebody to never ask for help, like if you raise somebody from like infant to 18-year-old and never ask for help, right? Never ask for help. Train them to go, decide, and never ask for anything. When they leave your nest and come out here to the world and they're trying to bond with somebody, bonding only occurs when you allow somebody to help you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to allow each other to help each other. It has to be a bond. You bond by trusting, working together. But if you teach somebody to be so cautious, to be so firm, so headstrong. So I'm gonna be able to overcome this myself and do this myself. You leave no room for your other half to make mistakes or grow with you. Because soon as that person make a mistake, you're gone. As soon as that person make a mistake, you know what? He gotta start over in your trust. But making mistakes is the very thing that helps that person to grow. Nobody grows without making mistakes. Nobody comes successful without failing. So when you are placed in a situation to where you are groomed to always take care of yourself and never ask for anything and always know I'm going to be able to do this myself, and you get with somebody and you place, your life into that person's hands, it is hard for that person mentally to let go of that role because they have had this system for so long. They've had this system for so long that any little inch of scarcity, that fear, they're trying to take that control back. And that's not healthy. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the title says we're raising our daughters to become husbands. Because the husband itself has to go through those trials and tribulations, has to go through those burdens and headaches to hold on. He becomes that rock for you. He has to become that rock. That rock has to be formed in some kind of way. But we have to allow that to process. It's a process. But we can't be playing tug of war with that process, or that process will never form the way it's supposed to. And this is why I say independency can cause an issue. Because I can teach my daughter everything she needs to know how to take care of herself and protect herself. But once again, where is the room that I'm giving that other man that I give her to build that same bond? I'm not even giving him the ability to bond with her. All I did is giving her the ability to form everything within herself. There's no need for a bond. And that alone is toxic. I've just made shit twice as hard for the next man instead of making it easier. She'll be easily prone to deal with somebody that is extremely dependent, because she's going to be so comfortable with her own decision-making skills that she will be fine to deal with somebody that will let her make all the decisions. And that ties back to the women finding men in prison. They're finding men in prison because when they come out of jail, they have no fucking plan. They flow with the wind. And guess what? I can tell him what to do, how we're doing it, and I have everything in control. Let's see what we got talking here. Let's see. And they may not know that. Because 9 times out of 10, the man she's with was raised by a woman. Facts. That's gonna be my next show. Next time I do a show, my next show is gonna be that. Why do mothers raise son husbands? We're gonna have a show about that one. Why do women raise son husbands, and how do we counteract that? How do we counteract that? Because that's a topic too that needs to be discussed as well. Because I've seen that within my household that I grew up under, and we definitely need to work on that as well in our community, because I see that a lot happening, a lot of son husbands. Let's get back at it. But yeah, Hey, Martine, good point out on that. Good point out. All right. So, how do we introduce interdependency habits? Now, I guess some people might even say, what is interdependency? Interdependency is pretty much this. It's the abilities of the independents, but still depend on somebody. You still have your room of making your opinions, living your own individual life, doing your own thing. You know what I'm saying? Doing your own thing, but you're still flexible to follow somebody's lead. You still have some sense of dependency on somebody else moves. You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we got to be able to, as fathers, because I'm telling you, this is mostly pointing towards, what I'm saying, my brothers. We got to be able to create these kind of habits of interdependency. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. It is okay to show your daughter, you know what I'm saying, like how to pump gas. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start little and go up and get deeper. But how to pump gas. But I'm never going to expect her to pump gas if I'm around. Or I'm gonna teach her to never pump gas if she's with her man. Her man needs to be pumping the gas if they're riding together. You see what I'm saying? Like, she still has the ability to know, hey, I can pump my own gas. She know how to slide the car, you know what I'm saying, hit the numbers and this and this and that. She still know how to do these things. But when she with her man, she falls back. You see what I'm saying? She falls back. As well as, like, she even may know how to change a tire. But if she got a man and her tire go out, I don't expect her to change her tire. I expect him to change the tire. Hell, matter of fact, I don't even care if her tire went out and he ain't around. I expect her, and I would teach her, call your man to come change your tire. You know what I'm saying? I bet a lot of people are like, well, shoot, she know how to change tire. Why can't she do it? But if she has him in her life, he's there for a reason. We got to be able to fully utilize each other to the best of our potential. You see what I'm saying? Fully utilize each other to the best of our potential. Give you another good one. You teach your daughter to know how to stand up for herself. You know what I'm saying? But just say your daughter and her husband have kids. Teacher tripping. Of course. My daughter gonna know how to snap, put her foot down, get in the teacher's behind. But guess what? She got a husband. Hey, baby, can't you go up to this school and snap on these teachers? All right, I got it. She falls back. She knows how to do it, but she knows her position that she don't have to do that. It's about setting expectations with your dude. Yeah, facts. The difference between interdependency and independent is you don't ask, you don't expect. You know what I'm saying? You play tug of war. Interdependency is I know I'm able, but I know his role. Not only do I know his role, but I respect his role as a man, and I respect my role as a woman. And when we respect each other's role as a woman, I know when I need to fall back because I understand and respect his role because of what my father taught me. He taught me how to fall back. He taught me I ain't gotta fight every fight. You see what I'm saying? He taught me I know how to do these skills, but why do I need to utilize certain skills if I have my other half? That's what makes us whole. You see what I'm saying? I know how to cook. He might even know how to cook. But hey, my dad taught me I'm a cook for my man when he come to work. But guess what? If I get sick or don't feel good, he gonna be able to jump in and cook for me. Like those are the roles as if when you are fully involved with somebody and you're completely committed and y'all are in sync and aligned with understanding that when you raise your kids, you're putting them in a position to also be aligned with the people that they bind with. You should not enter the relationship with each other where it's tug of war of understanding who played this role and who plays that role. Everybody understand their role based off of the teachings of understanding their habits when they leave the household. She said, all right, when I was a teacher, when I made that call, one or the other handled it. Right. Everybody know their position. It should never be a tug of war. It should never be a tug of war. If you're in a household and something needs to be handled, and if you're spending 35 minutes arguing about the preparation and it only took 4 minutes to execute, then we have a problem. We have a problem. You have a problem if it takes longer for the preparation than the execution. The preparation should be a smooth understanding. Hey, you good at math, baby? No, I ain't good at math. Hey, I'm going to take care of this bill because I know how to handle that. All right, shit, you got it. Done. Hey, baby, you know how to cook this shit? Yeah, I know how to cook it. I don't know how to cook that shit. All right, I got it. Cool. Hey, the baby woke up. Who gonna take care of him? Man, well, I get him tonight. You get him in the daytime. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and take my nap. I'll wake up at so-and-so time. You handle it. Done. Cool. Like, these are the process of the flow of information that we got to be able to communicate and work with each other because everybody know their position and their role. And nobody's trying to fight on control based on the fear that something is going to go wrong. Gotta do better. Not only do better in our relationships, but in how we're raising our legacy on how they're going to proceed in their relationships. And with my final thought, because I was going to keep this short tonight. I wasn't going to do no long one. Now, man, I'm doing hourless. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing hourless, y'all. I'm doing hourless. But with that being said, with my final thoughts, here we go. Most of us, when we're growing up, we have a sense of how we're going to kind of live our life when we grow up. We're like, hey, you know, I'm going to be this person or I'm going to be that person. But what's so funny is as we evolve and become adolescents and become, you know what I'm saying, young adults, our perception of what life really is kind of shifts. And it changes based off of our experience and our encounters with other people. One thing I've always understood about life is it's a circle of life. It's a circle of life. It's like the student soon becomes the teacher. And the teacher sometimes can go back and become a student. And sometimes a student can go right back being a teacher. And we do the circle over and over again. And I feel like over my cycle of my life thus far, I think I've been the student 3 times, and I've been the teacher 3 times as I evolved and did this life thing. And one thing I've known is as I became the student each time, I got better at listening, accepting information, and applying that information. The problem was in my first stage of my studenthood, I thought the understanding because I always thought I knew everything. I always thought I got it all figured out. But once I came the student the second time, is when I really realized I don't know shit. I ain't got this shit figured out. I need to buckle down. I need to really reflect and evaluate my shortcomings. And then when I got to the third level of my studenthood, I thought about, damn, I want to learn more. I want to build more. I want to be, I will accept any kind of constructive criticism, anything that will make me evolve to something different. I am accepting all different. And the reason why I'm explaining this is, and I'm explaining studenthood, I'm not even explaining teacher, is because when we are students, the student part of our life is what really defines who we really are as we become older. And the studenthood is where we really put in that work. That work is what's going to really matter when it comes to our repetition, our patterns and our habits. That also is going to reflect back to how we teach others. So it's very important when we are in our phases of our lives of being in that studenthood to understand that it is a time to listen and it is a time to shut the fuck up. And sometimes we don't know when to shut the fuck up and listen. We don't know when to shut the fuck up and work on things. But we're fine thinking that we got this shit figured out, and we continue to fuck up. And not only do we start fucking ourselves up, but we fuck our kids up. And then our kids fuck up. And when our kids fuck up, for some fucked up reason, we blame our kids. That shit is stupid. We gotta stop realizing if our kids are fucking up when they become grown, in their younger ages, understand, regardless of if, you know what I'm saying, they own people or not, you played some part of that fucked upness if you didn't have your ducks in order. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that and accept that of ourselves. And that's my final thought. Let's teach each other better, work more into bonding, loving, growing together. I'm all about that togetherness. You know what I'm saying? And my last and not least, I'm gonna do a quick little promo for my fam. Check my family out. She got her own YouTube channel. Right now, we back and forth with Wednesdays and Fridays. Some nights, sometimes we get random with it. All I'm gonna tell you to do is subscribe and hit the notification bell. So if you have the notification bell, then you know when she's gonna pop on. So you ain't gotta really know about the date and the time. Just when you see that bell, that notification on your phone or your laptop or et cetera, you know when to jump on. You dig? But she also is on Instagram, as well as she got a Discord that's real fly that I dig very much. I'm always throwing crypto shit and just useful topics and stuff that I watch and listen to onto the chat as well. But hey, it's a very useful platform. Definitely check it out. Here's the name of the Discord. Check that out as well. Um, let's see. Oh, no problem, fam. No problem. No problem. You know it's all love here. It's all love. But hey man, this has been a good one. I think I'm gonna do the next one on the uh son husband, and then we just gonna go from there. But I really wanted to drop on this topic because I'm telling you, the shit I watched on this show blew my mind. I swear it's gonna be so much topics that I'm gonna get from this show that I watched is mind blowing. That's all I gotta say. It's so mind blowing. Like that's all I gotta say. It's just wow, wow, wow. But hey, it's been good. It's been real. Peace and love, my people. Hey, y'all hold it down, man. If y'all got any questions for your boy, you can DM me on Facebook. You can send me a message on my Minds from Trinity website. And or Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Holla at me. Other than that, man, I'm out. Peace.